You say you want commitment from him. And what I'm trying to say to you is when people show you who they are, believe them. If you want to be single, then just be single. And if you want to be in a committed relationship, choose someone who's not going to cheat.
Here is today's case.
Pretty much, I'm tired of dealing with a lot of the drama that David brings.
No.
Not to mention, he's still married.
Okay, that's a big problem to have when you're in a relationship with somebody. Well, how about that, Mr. Marshall? Are you still married?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you were in divorce court with the wrong person today, is what you're here to tell me.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on Divorce Court, we have a virtual audience, and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Joy from Linden, New Jersey.
Hi, Joy. Welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Ford versus Marshall.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Chantel Ford.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. David Marshall.
Yes, Your Honor.
To divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been in a 4-year relationship, but you are having a number of issues you want to discuss here today.
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, I understand you also have a witness with you, Miss Damoney Marshall.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for being here, ma'am. I'll hear from you shortly. I'll start with you, Miss Ford. Why don't you give me some background? Tell me why you're here in divorce court.
Pretty much, I'm tired of dealing with a lot of the drama that David brings. He has social media accounts that I don't even know about. I had to find out on the computer. He's always putting everybody before me.
No.
Not to mention, he's still married. And we've been dating back and forth, having so many issues. So that's really the main problem, is that he's married. So that's the bulk of our issues.
Okay, that's a big problem to have when you're in a relationship with somebody. It's been 4 years, you say?
It's actually 2.5.
Oh, 2.5.
Yes, ma'am.
But you met prior to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how about that, Mr. Marshall? Are you still married?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you were in divorce court with the wrong person today, is what you're here to tell me.
I could be, yes.
What's going on, sir? How did the two of you meet, get into this relationship when you have it appears you have an entanglement going on?
Yes, we definitely have an entanglement. Well, we met driving Uber and Lyft. Going through a separation, which I am legally separated, and been trying to get my divorce for a while now. But we met, we started talking. I was looking for someone at my age to do business with, someone that likes sports, because I love sports.
Again,
That's like my
you with me
ritual on
between-
Saturdays that she constantly interrupts anyway.
I sure do.
But I'm a sports lover. So when I'm ready to watch sports, that's one of our battles, like every day. Disrespect, she'll say something, and then it's just it.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Did he tell you from the very beginning that he was separated?
He did.
And what was that conversation like in order for you to be okay with going into this relationship? Because you don't appear to be okay with it now.
No, I'm not. I haven't been since the beginning. He originally said he was in the process of getting a divorce. So I stayed and dealt with it. But I didn't think almost 3 years later, you're still married.
Did he give you a time frame?
No, I didn't give him a time frame.
How long did he tell you the process was going to take? He said he was in the process.
Yes, but he didn't say how long the process would be.
Did you have a time frame in your own mind?
I did, a year.
Did you tell?
It's been too long, yes.
Did you explain that to him?
I have, and we've argued about that. That's
She did
part
not
of the
explain
problem.
that, no.
Well, now I know why the two of you are arguing about this, and this is a dispute.
Yes.
Because you want to get married.
Eventually, yes, ma'am. But we
Okay.
can't even get past daily issues because of this situation. He dismisses my feelings a lot and make it as if it's not a big deal. Well, I'm married, or you're nothing but a mistress was an argument. You're nothing but a mistress?
Wait, that's been said to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a
So
reason.
Yes, Your Honor.
This
we had
is a big
bad
You're not
part of
telling
my
the whole
problem.
story. You're not telling the whole story, but
Okay, so, Your Honor, we had a disagreement on a road trip, and we got to arguing about some questions, I don't know verbatim, as far as relationships. And I said to him, well, the fact is we can't look at certain things because you're still married. So it became a problem. We got to arguing. Well, you're only the mistress. I can't look at a real relationship with you, or we can't have a real relationship.
we were
if you're
separated
still,
at the time.
Hold on, let her talk.
We were separated.
We can't have a real relationship if you're still married. Well, you're just the mistress anyway. So I told him, well, you won't have a problem if I go out and sleep with somebody else. and you shouldn't.
Did you say
Your
that
Honor,
to
can
her,
I tell
Mr.
my
Marshall?
side? Because that's not
Mr.
the
Marshall?
truth.
What is it?
I need to be able to talk.
That's not the truth,
Mr.
though.
Marshall, did you
Yes,
say
ma'am.
that to her?
I have said that, but we were kind of separated a little bit.
But does it matter either way? I don't think that's relevant.
It came up during this argument.
Okay.
In
So you were
regards
angry.
to, she had went on my phone and saw some things. And we were separated, split up a little bit for about 2 months. And she had called it quits. At least that's what she said. And I took it personal. Yeah, okay. I'm already trying to get divorced, so I started talking to A and B. I met some women.
In the
I
same
talked to 'em.
household.
But I, everything you're saying to me, fine. I just asked about the comment because I'm going to tell you something. That is such a point of contention, understandably, in your relationship. So that's what you call a low blow. That's what you call going below the belt, not a fair fight, because you're taking the issue, one of the biggest issues that the two of you have, and it's like not only sticking in the knife, but twisting it.
Well, I agree it's a sore spot, but there was something she said to me that I did not appreciate. So, yeah, I threw a low blow. I did. She called me a dumb ass. So I took that very personal.
So
I'm
you
too old
called
for
him that. So you all were having that kind of argument.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you're calling each other names and
Yes, Your
he
Honor.
takes it there.
Yes.
The disputes between the two of you have really escalated. You've even called the police.
I told them that I had a lady in my house and I need y'all to come and get her out of the house because she wouldn't leave.
So what happens when the police show up?
I was upstairs,
You were hiding?
pretty much, because they were looking for me. I wasn't trying to go to jail.
The disputes between the two of you have really escalated because you've even called the police.
Yes.
Who
Small,
wants
but
to
yes.
tell that story?
I can tell that story.
Yes, I know you can.
Okay, David called the police because I called him out his name and told me to shut up or I'm gonna call the police. And I didn't shut up. I kept going because now you done pissed me off. So I cussed him out. He called the police
What was the reason? Why'd you call
because
the police?
I wouldn't be quiet or leave.
Exactly.
He said, if you don't leave or shut the
What did you say to
leave
the
my
police
house.
to get the police to show up?
She was making threats to me saying she was going to call the police and tell them that I hit her. And I don't hit women. But you're not going to call the police on me neither and tell them I hit you because I'm a man.
So you called and told them what to get them to show up?
I told them that I had a lady in my house
That don't
That
live
was-
there.
Hold on.
that was being disrespectful, and I need y'all to come and get her out of the house because she wouldn't leave.
So a lady, not someone you knew.
Yes.
A lady in the house that doesn't live
Well,
there?
they asked
He
me her
lied.
name. I did give them her name.
So what happens when the police show up?
When the police showed up, I was upstairs.
Doing what?
In the tenant's room.
Doing what?
With the one of the tenants that I worked for, actually. I helped out, one of the old ladies.
You were hiding?
Pretty much. Because they were looking for me. I wasn't trying to go to jail. It was
Next
so
couple
bad.
days.
He had the police going through the house, literally with flashlights looking for me. I'm in her closet hiding, listening to him scream my name. Chantel, you might as well come out. You gotta leave tonight. They're gonna take you to jail. I'm gonna make sure you go to jail. For what?
So y'all are willing to call the police, take them away from whatever they're doing, got them in the house with flashlights, going from room to room,
I was
Yes.
trying to do
Yes,
my
Your
work,
Honor,
and
they
she
did.
was disturbing me.
taking them away from whatever they're doing, involving them in y'all arguments.
Yeah, I kicked her out. So, I mean,
He didn't kick me out. He lied and said I didn't live there.
well, I kicked her out a few times.
Your daughter is a witness in this case today.
Yes.
I want to hear from Miss Daymoney Marshall. Ma'am, would you step up to the lectern, please? Miss Marshall, you're under oath today.
Yes.
How old are you, ma'am?
21.
You're 21 years old. You're listening to a lot, and you've witnessed, apparently,
A lot.
What is it that you have to say, ma'am?
When that whole issue started, I was upstairs, so I didn't actually see when it started and everything. But what I overheard, I just overheard them going back and forth, and I knew the tenant was downstairs with them. I can tell something was getting worse because I overheard Miss Chantel talk about my dad's male parts. So
What did she say?
She was just saying it's not big.
Well, who was she saying that to?
to my dad and just around the tenant and everything, and I
In front of the
overheard
tenant?
it. So I'm like,
That's what was one of the things that really bothered me.
So she was saying that in front of the tenant.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. And I think that's what led up to my dad like really calling the police.
What do you think about their relationship and what you've witnessed?
They fight all the time. Like it's just always.
Well, we don't fight.
Petty
Who
fight.
starts it?
Miss Chantel likes to get her point across. So
I do.
she'll just keep talking until she gets her point across, until
has
she
to
knows
have the
she's
last
right.
word.
Like yes, she'll have to have the
Okay.
last word.
The question was who starts it.
That would be
Miss
you.
Chantel.
Just don't cry it. Your dad.
But
Ma'am?
it's kind of embarrassing because they both started at the sometimes. Like it's either my dad, he'll say something just childish or petty, and then Miss Chantel would start, or Miss Chantel would say something.
Oh,
like,
I'll be joking. Yeah, I'll be joking.
or something like that.
Have
and
you
then
ever
my
witnessed,
dad-
let me finish. Have you ever witnessed them happy together? I'm going to take that as a no.
I think I have, but I just told my
But you
Miss
don't
Chantel
remember.
that my dad is toxic. I was just like, y'all
You say they're
just-
toxic?
My dad is toxic.
Your dad is. Why is that?
Because, for one, he's still married. So I was just like, why would you want to be with someone who's still married or in a situation like that?
Why do you want to be married to Mr. Marshall?
I believe he has potential as far as changing.
It's been 2.5 years. When do you think he's going to show you?
He'll get a divorce and then we'll see after that.
When it comes to men, a woman that they really want to be with, they take action.
That's it.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. Do you believe that the only reason he's still married is because he hasn't had the paper signed?
Yes, she's she's not.
And you say you think that at one point they were happy.
I don't really know because I didn't even meet Miss Chantel until I moved back down here. So,
Based on everything you've observed, do you think that they should be together?
no.
Why is that?
Because my dad has his own issues that he needs to figure out. And then I just think, like, I really do love Miss Chantel. She's a good woman, but my dad just has too many issues. Like, he just needs to figure out his own.
Wow, okay.
So-
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. I appreciate your testimony.
Thank you.
Don't say a word to her when the two of you leave and go home today. For her coming in here, speaking her truth.
He's right.
And sir, I never thought I'd say this, but you might want to listen to your child. I know you mentioned the tenants, the other people who live
Yes.
there, because you have a big house, but as far as I understand it, you have somebody who you rent every room to?
Yeah.
So you all have your room and every other room is rented out?
Yeah.
And that's been a
Besides my
big part
daughter.
of the problems?
That's a big issue.
And you submitted some evidence. Tell me about that.
Okay, at the other house, we had a tenant, and his room, we would do room checks every month or every 2 months. It was an bad odor coming from one of the rooms. So I submitted pictures of one of the rooms of the tenant that we had to put out because
my
we had to
goodness.
have the house
Oh,
bombed
wow. I can only...
after the fact. It was urine in there, it was feces in there, it
Oh,
was
no.
dishes, food, dirty all kind of stuff was in that room. And when we cleaned it, it was just so nasty.
How long did the person live there, Mr. Marshall?
What was
I
it?
think I had him because I always do a 30-day, and within that 30-day, he had the room messy. Now, I was gonna let him go, but she was like, nah, you should just keep him. I said, well, first you want to tell me you want all the tenants gone, and now when I'm trying to get rid of him, you're telling me, nah, he worked it out. He don't have nowhere to go. I'm like, well,
He was putting them in.
he's 40-something years old. He can find a place.
So you wanted to keep the person that was responsible for that room?
Only because I felt bad because he was putting him on the street with nowhere to go.
I want to ask you, Ms. Ford, why do you want to be married to Mr. Marshall?
I believe he has potential as far as changing. He just has to
potential.
show me. Yes, you have potential.
It's been 2.5 years. When do you think he's going to show you?
Hopefully, he'll get a divorce and then we'll see after that.
So you're willing to wait?
If he's not divorced within the next year, I'm going to leave anyway.
So you're giving him another year.
But
In addition to the 2.5 years the two of you have been together. So he's going to have 3.5 years, according to you,
But we're
to get
just going to be
divorced.
friends. We're not going to be dating
That's not what you said before.
until he gets his act together.
If you're telling me if he gets divorced within the next year and proposes to you, the answer will be yes.
No.
So that means you're waiting. So you're going to stay there with your bags packed for another year?
No, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to get my own place.
Well, you're saying physically you're not going to be there, but emotionally you are.
Somewhat.
So you may as well be
I
there.
will still be, yes, I'll be a good friend.
So why does he get to decide the time frame for your life?
He doesn't. That's
I
why
don't.
I'm saying if he doesn't get his act together within the next year.
When it comes to men, a woman that they really want to be with, they take action.
That's it.
If he really wanted to be with you and marry you.
Correct.
And I've
So
taken
you
action.
giving him another year, this additional time frame, ma'am, it's just another year of your time.
I've asked him to do that several times.
No,
He's like, well,
no.
why is it a problem? Why we got to talk
No,
about that right now? It
Chantel.
becomes an argument.
No.
Like, I shouldn't bring up the fact that he's married. It doesn't bother him, but it
You're
bothers me.
insecure.
How's that insecure? There is no security if you're married.
Miss Ford, if you're willing to wait, that is your prerogative, but I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Marshall, 46 years old, you're saying he has the potential. You've been with him for 2.5 years.
Correct.
Your best bet is to say, you know what? Can I love Mr. Marshall for who he is right now? You are making a mistake if you think marrying someone is going to change them into someone that they don't want to be. He seems happy with
That
who
is
he
true.
is. In his mind, he does not have a problem. His daughter says otherwise. But this is what he's saying in court today.
I say otherwise, too. He does have a problem and don't see it.
So, Miss Ford, knowing all of this, you are telling me you want to go into a marriage
No.
with a man who is controlling, who has all of these issues according to you.
Yes, ma'am.
His daughter says no. She's known him for 21 years.
That's right.
You mean to tell me this is your choice?
No,
I'm still a good man, though.
he's a great man.
I'm not disparaging you, sir. I'm literally just asking her this based on what she said today in court. Based on what she believes, whether or not it's true, this is what she thinks.
That's true.
My best advice to you, ma'am, I need you to love yourself before you love anyone else.
Oh, I do. I love him.
Because if you really loved yourself, you would not be waiting another day for someone to propose to you.
That's true.
The man for you is going to be the one who cannot wait to marry
That's right.
you, cannot wait to make you his wife. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I want you to understand this, because if you really believe that about yourself, Miss Ford, no one else will be giving you the time frame
Well, somebody
for your
like that.
life.
Boy, if you don't stop.
You understand? I want you to think about that when you leave court today, ma'am.
Okay.
Because that's when you know it's real. That's when you know it's lasting, when you have that kind of foundation and when you have that kind of love. Good luck.
Judge Faith gave me great advice as far as the time frame I should wait, as far as David, not giving him that option. The reason why things are the way they are is because you don't listen and you don't take my feelings into consideration.
I do love her. I would love to marry her one day. I think she is a good woman. If you think I'm a bad man, then you should be with somebody else.
Me and David just need to go our separate ways.
So that's just gonna be it.
I'm tired of dealing with it. I can't deal with this. It is
Not
what it
gonna be
is.
together no more?
No, I can't deal with that. I mean, either you take care of your business and show me you mean business, or that's it. I'm done.